I had a lot of topics planned for this week that I'm still going to get to, but I really wanted to take a moment and use today to talk about something that has been going around in the Steven Universe community lately, and that's the show itself, that's Season 4. Now that we're on this hiatus for who knows how long, I'm assuming in April or May we'll get another Steven Bomb, something to round out Season 4, but when talking about the season, it has a lot of mixed to almost majority negative reception, and at first it really boggled my mind because I just didn't really understand why. I didn't see anything wrong with a lot of these episodes besides like Rocknado. And this goes beyond the most recent patch of episodes, but even when Season 4 started at the end of summer / beginning of fall, the hype for the show just really dwindled down. People don't seem excited for Steven Universe anymore. I see all these comments swearing up and down that, oh, one more episode like this and I'm done with the show, or oh, if this doesn't happen, I'm done with the show. And again, I just didn't get it. But when I looked at it from all ends of the spectrum, I feel as if I came to a solid conclusion as to why Season 4 is basically the most poorly received season so far. Now keep in mind there are 5 episodes left of Season 4, but in reality, even with a strong ending to a season, that doesn't make the entire season as a whole good. First things first is the scheduling. Without a doubt, the scheduling and how these episodes are released, how frequently they're released, affected the quality of the show. However, it only affects it if you're watching the show as it airs, because I know a lot of people who binge Steven Universe through Hulu or Kiss Cartoon or this and that, wherever you want. I'm not going to judge if you use Kiss Cartoon. It's illegal, you're not getting thrown in jail for using Kiss Cartoon, but at the end of the day, you may not be able to afford cable or live outside the US, or Steven Universe isn't on your TV networks. I understand that. Apologies for the derail, but I noticed a lot of people who binge the show from Season 1 up until where it's currently, they usually have lesser complaints about the quality of the show. They have less time to build up expectations, less time to fabricate in their head what's going to happen next, less time waiting, so when they just go from episode to episode, they don't notice a decline in quality, at least immediately. But because Cartoon Network's scheduling department as a whole has been just really sporadic throughout the last few years, not just Steven Universe, but with all their shows, those keeping up with the series constantly have to adjust to those changes. At first there were weekly episodes, and then the Season 1 finally came around, and then we had a Steven Bomb, which is a new episode every day, every week. That was a huge success, so now Cartoon Network started doing that with all their shows. And next thing we know, we have an unscheduled Steven Bomb with just random Beat City episodes. But oops, because of the last minute bomb, they just went through a month's worth of episodes, so now they gotta go on hiatus, and now bam, we have another Steven Bomb, and then bam, we're at weekly episodes after a few months of hiatus. Next thing we know, there's another Steven Bomb. And then nothing for months again. Then we get In Too Deep. 5 episodes spread out through 4 weeks. However, because this was last minute as well, now instead of Summer of Steven starting in June, it starts in July. And now we go from weekly episodes with bombs in the mix to 30 episodes all at once. Just bam, every single day. Then you get into the habit of like, oh, another Steven Universe episode for today. Every day you wake up on that weekday, is a new Steven Universe coming. And then, after a literal month's worth of episodes, you go into weekly episodes for Season 4, then a 2-month hiatus, and during those 2 months, they're like, yeah, we have this really special episode coming. It's a half hour, it's called Gem Harvest. Now people are bringing up expectations again, and then you just get a Thanksgiving special. Then you have some people who aren't happy again. Then another few weeks go by, then you get 3 Gems and a Baby, which was the winter special, and then you go on break again. Now we're in 2017. Steven Bomb 5 gets announced. People are hyped, people are excited. And then the bomb gets released on Cartoon Network's app 4 weeks ahead of schedule when only 1 episode was supposed to be released. So now you have half the fandom waiting till it airs on TV and the other half watching the leaks and spreading them. Because of miscommunication between these departments, and then you have weekly episodes for about a month and now we're back on hiatus. Does this sound normal for any other show? Any other show, animated or not? Don't get me wrong, the Steven Bomb format is genius, but it is very, very abused, and now all the shows on the network suffer from it. But because the Steven Bomb format is abused with the pacing of Steven Universe does not have the best pacing. It throws people off. Season 4 is the first season since the original first season to air in a weekly format besides the one Steven Bomb. Not weekly, then Steven Bomb, then weekly, then Steven Bomb. Just weekly, here's a big Steven Bomb for this big, huge story arc, and now we're back to weekly episodes. But considering Season 4 literally followed the Summer of Steven, it made the pacing feel even worse. The Beat City episodes, which a lot of people consider filler, is the one constant in Steven Universe. It's something that's never gonna go away. But the second half of Season 2 was completely away from Beat City, so we had nothing but plot episodes. The first few episodes of season 3, again, were away from Beat City, but by the time the show has returned to Beat City in the plot, the network is already doing the summer season, so the next batch of Beat City episodes were out of the way within not even 2 weeks worth of episodes. But the fatal flaw on that is when they switch back to weekly, the pacing is going to feel slower because instead of getting 10 days worth of Beat City episodes, you get over 10 weeks worth of Beat City episodes, which is 2 months, not including the hiatuses. With the summer season, it was like, yeah, that episode was fine, didn't have much plot, but there's another one tomorrow, it could be better. But with season 4, which in my opinion does have a lot of the weakest Beat City episodes so far, people had to wait a week for each episode. If you wait a week for an episode and then you get something like Future Boy Zoltron, which was a nice fun little episode, but nothing compared to Stevonnie vs. Jasper or The Birth of Smoky Quartz, which were mere weeks ago at that time of the airing, can you really blame people for feeling kind of disappointed or let down or feeling a decline in quality? It was very, very poorly paced. That was poor planning on the network's end. Despite a new episode airing the week after the TV airing, it got released a month after they saw Out of This World. So when you have all these Beat City episodes, these are relevant to the plot episodes, after such an important and huge arc like that, airing weekly, in addition to those fans seeing those episodes a month apart, due to that entire situation, it's gonna make fans feel like it's been an eternity since something happened in the show, something major, when in reality, it was only 3 or 4 episodes ago. But the next piece of the puzzle is the show itself, the episodes that we are provided with. Season 1 ended with Steven's world being entirely changed. And season 2 opened up with an episode that followed up on how Steven's feeling, with full disclosure. Season 2 ended with Peridot yelling in Yellow Diamond's face and the cluster almost emerging. Season 3 opened up with dealing with the cluster's emergence and then the introduction of the Ruby Squad, which seems like a direct result from Peridot calling Yellow Diamond. Season 4 ends with Jasper being corrupted. We learn about Pink Diamond and that role shattered her, and the Ruby splitting out in space, and we open up with Peridot trying to catch a corrupted gem. Granted, the following episodes, Know Your Fusion and Mindful Education, dealt with the fallout from the end of season 3, it still didn't feel like a natural transition into the seasons as opposed to before. It really felt like they just had a lot of plot points on the board, a lot of episode ideas on the board, and then just drew darts to figure out what order to do them in. At the same time, when I think to myself, how would I have done it? I find difficulty to come up with a way for Steven to deal with everything that just happened and transition back to Beat City episodes without repeating full disclosure, without erasing Mindful Education from the episode list. So I feel like I understand where the Creamverse is coming from on that aspect of everything. I'm still not completely happy with the finished product. The next thing I want to address is Out of This World and the episodes before and after it. If I learned anything from these episodes, it's that having Beat City episodes in between major arcs isn't always a great idea. Because you had a lot of fans, me included, who were really frustrated with the fact that they were just in space, they were just at Pink Diamond Zoo, that from what the majority interpreted, they are aware that Yellow Diamond and Blue Diamond are planning to take humans from the zoo, that Steven said, oh, we'll get the rubies on the way back, and then four whole episodes go by without addressing any of that. They addressed that they were just in space, but that's the extent of it. It wasn't until Room for Ruby did we actually have follow-up on any of those plots. And considering there's only 5 episodes left of season 4 and the next one's a Lion episode, it looks like the final few episodes will be kicking it into high gear. But the tone and atmosphere still feel very, very inconsistent. Honestly, if I was the Crewniverse, if I was Rebecca Sugar or anybody who was in charge of the planning of season 4, and I know people are going to disagree with me on this, I would have had the season open up with episodes like Buddy's Book, Mindful Education, The Kindergarten Kid, episodes that are relevant to the plot without any major arcs, and then I would have just had Beat City episodes all the way through, no Out of This World, no going to space yet. Only after all the Beat City episodes are out of the way for that season would I have done Out of This World, and then go directly into Room for Ruby, and then go directly into the final 5 episodes of the season, assuming they're all gonna be plot related, because you may never know. These final 5 episodes of the season could be just completely episodic Beat City episodes besides Lion 4. I doubt it, but I'm also not on the Crewniverse. Having all the Beat City episodes at once would have flowed so much better. You have Amethyst, who doesn't need wrestling anymore, state that she feels better about herself in an episode that's essentially a follow-up to the entire Jasper arc towards the end of a season, to a plot point that was resolved last season. That should have been in the beginning of season 4. Rocknado wouldn't have been as hated if it was the beginning of season 4, because fans would have just figured, oh, well, you know, all seasons begin with this kind of Slice of Life Beach City episodes, it's no big deal. Instead, what do you get? Then you have Out of This World. And from there, you get Room for Ruby. Since the new Crystal Gems and Storm in the Room happen basically back to back, you eliminate the complaints of them not getting the rubies on the way back because you can justify that as they want Greg home as soon as possible. I also would have some downtime between Season 3 and Season 4. Because when they went directly into Season 4, fans were just like, the plot was literally here a week ago. Where did it go?
Where did you go?
So yeah, I definitely feel like there's faults all around for Season 4's mixed reception, from how the show itself was executing it to its air dates, how the show is being released for us to consume, but these are just my thoughts and I want to hear yours, so please in the comments let me know, do you like Season 4 so far, and if not, how would you fix it? Let's get a discussion going. Personally, I am enjoying Season 4, but I do think it could have been a lot better. Also, I mentioned this in my last video, my good friend Clint, who runs the Rise and Fall of Nickelodeon, really informative page that I've got a lot of news from, who gives me a lot of scoops to talk about, is having a lot of financial problems, his house is on the line, he made a GoFundMe, but also if you can't donate to GoFundMe due to the credit card, but you do want to donate to him regardless, he also set up a PayPal, so try that perhaps. I'll leave the links in the description. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, it really helps us out. Follow us on social media, links to everything in the description down below. Signing out. This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meaning Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.